how do I reduce finger noise while, say, sliding my fingers from one chord to another? I can't get rid of the screeching sound.
So I'm assuming that how do you minimize the finger noise? And whenever you're playing, whenever you're sliding around, right? A lot of finger noise comes from playing an acoustic guitar. We've probably heard more finger noise coming from an acoustic. And the reason for that, like honestly, the reason for all of this, it just boils down to very simple physics. Okay, there are things that you either do or you don't do that either make more sound or make less sound or make no sound. That's it, right? So there's only a few things you can do. First of all, if you never touch the strings, you're not going to make any string noise, but you got to touch the strings to play guitar, right? So if you are playing chords, let's say I'm going to play this chord here, and I'm going to see if we can make some finger noise. I don't know if we can, but if I can play this bar chord, this is a G bar chord, and I'm going to slide, can't really hear. I don't know if you can hear that. It's very, very subtle. I have really thin strings on here. But the one thing is, whenever you change chords, if you simply don't grab the neck as much, if I hold the neck and the strings down, of course, if I play the chord and then try to slide, you're still going to hear the sound of the strings like this. You still hear the strings when I slide. But if I let off a little bit, the ring of the chord mutes itself like that, but you might still hear me sliding around, right? And if you want to reduce that, what you can do is simply let your fingers off the strings a little bit more, but you're going to have a downside of potentially missing some notes when you go to the next chord because your fingers aren't going to be on the right strings. So it's easy just to move like this without lifting your fingers off the strings because it makes your playing a little bit more accurate. Sometimes what people will do to mute open strings is put like a headband or something right here whenever you're playing. You'll see a lot of like shred guys kind of do that. You know, I would be willing to bet that probably most people don't want to have a headband, you know, on their guitar while they're playing. But another thing you can actually do is you learn how to mute the strings with your picking hand. So when you're playing, let's say I'm picking some of these strings like this, well, you can actually learn how to use your fingers or use your palm to mute some of the strings that you're not playing. Now, the question was specifically about finger noise whenever you're playing chords. So again, you really only have so many options. You can either lift your fingers off the chord and move the chord, then press it down again. You won't have any string noise because your fingers aren't touching the string. But again, the downside of that is that your chords might be a little bit less accurate. So it's really just kind of a balance of what do you want to do. Another thing you can do, which is just simply get thinner strings. The reason why you hear more acoustic string noise is because the acoustic strings are generally thicker. And when you look at the wound strings, the winds on the strings are actually fatter. They're actually bigger than they are in electric strings. So when you have it's just like if you drive in a car, what are you going to feel more? A bunch of little tiny speed bumps like road paint lines or a bunch of speed bumps, right? Those bigger strings are like sliding your fingers on those big speed bumps. Therefore, it creates a lot more friction. You're going to hear it a lot more. But again, like it all just boils down to physics. You only have a few options. Either take your fingers off the strings to change the chords or just deal with it or get smaller strings. There are also things you can use like in case your strings are old or dirty, it's going to cause more friction. It's going to be harder to slide, right? And that will create more noise. So you can maybe change your strings, or they also make lubricant that you can use for your strings, or even you can get coated strings. What's that? There's one brand of coated strings that everybody used to love. Elixir, yeah. You can get something like that, but you're still going to have a little bit of string noise. My suggestion is just focus on what you want to play. The string noise will take care of itself. And a little bit of string noise when you're playing actually sounds pretty cool, in my opinion. So
Yeah. I would even say that sometimes the quality of your pickups, the amp, the pedals that you're using, how you have your tone knobs positioned. There's like so many reasons that you could be having screeching. I don't know if that's the best term for it, you know. But I mean, if you're having screeching, it might be that you just have too much gain on some pedals or something. I mean,
yeah. If it's an electric guitar, yeah.
All right. We've got a couple questions left, but I feel like this is a great time to say if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, subscribe, comments, let us know what you think about these Q&A and Jonathan's custom-made guitar that he's holding, right? You made that yourself, right?
Yeah, this is an old one, man. I used to make all my guitars. I modeled this particular guitar off of Sean Lane's Vigier. If you don't know who Sean Lane is, I highly recommend that you check him out because, in my opinion, probably one of the top 3, at least top 5 greatest guitar players of all time. But anyway, that's why I have this guitar. And This is what I always played whenever we played shows and recorded albums and things like that. I played this guitar.
Nice. A lot of pickups on there.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. We would love it if you hit the like button, leave a comment below, tell us what you thought about it, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to release really great content, some great backing tracks so you can practice your guitar skills on. And if you're interested in taking your guitar to the next level, we have a free course that we want to give to you. It's in the description of this video. It's going to help you discover how to freely express yourself on guitar without endless amounts of scales and theory. So check it out and let us know what you think. Thanks.